Hey guys, welcome to another part for Horizon Forbidden West. I almost said Final Fantasy, but it's not Final Fantasy, it's Horizon Forbidden West. Last time we played, we just did a bunch of side quest stuff. I think we're at like level 28 or something like that. Today we're gonna be more so focusing on the storyline again. We'll see. As long as there's not a huge like level spike, I think we'll be all right. All right, we're here. You keep waiting for me to say Zero Dawn on accident. It would be just like me. I should have just used the fire that was right there. My brain was just like, ah, there's machines here. I need to run away. Oh, it's my machine. With this poop just like rolling around. It's like salivating fire. Alright, so our main storyline has us going back to the base. That's not here. Wait, is it there? Yeah, it is. Where we have to drop off Demeter. I think that's who it is. That is not the right button, Danny. All right.
Falling gently.
Space.
It sounds very lonely, if you ask me.
Well, I wasn't asking you. Alright, before we leave, we will sit around and talk to everybody.
Aloy. I see you have recovered Demeter.
I have.
Aloy. With the acquisition of Ether, Poseidon, and Demeter,
She didn't do
my
her thing.
heuristic processing density has expanded greatly. I should now be able to absorb Hephaestus, and fortunately, we have made progress on a plan to capture it.
Why didn't she do her thing? Where it like absorbed into her and was like this big deal. It was just like, thanks.
With La's encouragement, Beta analyzed all available information on Hephaestus. Its expansion has been rampant. It is too large to be beamcast, and the kernel you have been using could never hold it. Therefore, it must be contained in a location with a direct physical connection to me. A place with 2 data cores.
2 cores. Where would we find a place like that? Gemini.
An abandoned cauldron in the desert west of here. Seismic activity disrupted the original construction. 2 data cores were built as a result.
I've been there. The Tanakh marked the entrance as some kind of ritual ground. We'll have to bring you there by hand.
I have devised a blueprint for a suitable, albeit unwieldy, transport rig. It will require 2 people to carry it to Gemini.
I can help.
Once I am installed on
There's
the first
only
core,
one. It's only you.
I will call down Hephaestus on the other, trapping it. I will then initiate the merge. However, in order to construct the rig, I will need considerable help.
Can you build it? I suppose I could, but it's not gonna work. The Zeniths will find you. Minerva won't be able to conceal your location.
That is correct. Absorbing Hephaestus will create a significant power surge, easily
Bless you,
detected by
Lori.
anyone capable of noticing.
But what if there were multiple power surges? To fake out the Zeniths? If Erend, Zoe, and Katalo spread out to the other cauldrons and create their own surges, would those conceal the one at Gemini?
Analyzing. Such a tactic might be effective. With Beta's help, we should be able to build a set of
I like how
handheld
Beta's
pulse
just like,
generators.
I told you it's not gonna work. I did a test. Hephaestus has written Alpha clearance out of its access module. You'll never be able to capture it. Then we need a higher level of clearance. There is no higher... Ted Faro's mega clearance. The one he used to purge the Apollo database and kill the Alphas. But to get it, you would have to find Thebes. The private bunker he retreated to when the world ended, and nobody knows where that is, not even the Zeniths. Their only intel was that it was somewhere in San Francisco. That might be all I need. Alva, the Quen diviner I met, said her people had set up a base at landfall. They were searching for data in San Francisco from there. She might be able to help. So I guess I'm headed all the way west. While I'm gone, will you be able to build the rig and the pulse generators? I'll try.
I'll make sure she has what she needs.
Alva said the Quen have a ferry on the coast that they use to get to the ruins of San Francisco. That's where I need to go.
Aloy, I have managed to unlock an additional room near the servers.
Understood.
What?
Nothing. You just look good, that's all.
Get back to studying.
Yeah, Varl.
Aloy, you're
Goofing
here.
off.
Did you meet with the Quen already?
Not yet.
After all the trouble you went through getting those sub-functions, it seems unfair you have to deal with these Quen on your own too.
It's safer this way. They think I'm Sobek, or something like that. They won't hurt me, but I doubt they'll be so kind to anyone else.
If you say so. Let me know if you need anything before you go.
You better not be slacking off on your studies while I'm gone.
And risk Zoe coming after me? I value my life. In fact, I've been reading about Ted Faro, how he destroyed the world and crawled into a hole after killing those who saved it.
He definitely was a piece of work. It's good to see you and Zoe enjoying yourselves.
We're learning a lot. I've actually been looking through the data to find ideas for a gift, and to thank her for helping me study the glyphs. Something from the old world that she's never seen before. Instead, I found out they gave each other stuffed animals. If you ask me, stuffing a dead animal with anything, really, doesn't sound like a good time for anybody.
Maybe Gaia can help you find something else. How's training?
Discovering something new about our past every day. When we first met, you asked me if I ever wondered what this world looked like when the old ones lived here. I had thought it was strange at the time, but a lot has changed since I left the Embrace. Now I'm just trying to make sense of everything I thought I knew, and versus everything I know now.
The change is hard, but it gets easier over time.
Man, how many of these are there?
You and Zoe got into a bit of a fight, huh? Should have known better than to suggest Hephaestus could make new land gods to replace the old ones in Plainsong.
The last thing I wanted to do was dismiss their traditions. But I was trying to look at things differently. More like you know? To see a machine as just a machine.
Yeah, I guess I led you into trouble there, didn't I?
Not your fault. Don't worry.
Looks like things between you and Zoe are better now.
I suffered through a few hours of glaring silence. Then she seemed to move on. Sort of. How do people do this? How do I know if the next thing I say won't blow up in my face? What if an apology is not enough next time?
You give her a stuffed animal?
You're the worst. You know that?
What makes you think I know anything about any of this? You're on your own.
Abandoning me again, huh? Well, if she kills me next time, it's on you.
Well, Beta and Gaia built the rig. Can you get everyone ready for the mission ahead?
Of course.
What is it?
Nothing. It's just that everything's about to change. We'll get Gaia, and she'll help us set things right. No more zeniths, no more derangement. It'll be a different world. I welcome it, but I wonder how the Nora will react. And the Karja, and well, everyone.
Let's just focus on fixing Gaia for now.
You're right. We've got an angry AI to take down.
If I get Omega clearance, and then we grab Hephaestus, we might finally have the advantage over the Zeniths.
Can't wait to see their faces as they stare down a bunch of charging Thunderjaws.
Better them than us, for once. You brought up Rost before.
Riley.
I do think about him. You know, he was all I had. And he brought me up the best he could. Not only that, when Hades discovered who I was and sent the Eclipse after me, he sacrificed himself so I could survive. But that seems like ages ago. So much has happened since. What I'm doing now, I don't think he could even begin to understand it. The Sacred Lands were all he really knew. So I can't let myself dwell on him. Not with everything I have to do.
I understand. Sometimes, when I think about my sister, about what she would have become if she had survived the Proving, it hurts. And I just need to bury it for a while. But only for a while, Aloy. You can't ignore it forever. Memories always come back. The ones that matter, anyway.
I know. But for now, the mission has to come first.
Fair enough.
Like, awkward blank stare for a moment.
I was just thinking about Beta and all that time spent with the Zeniths. To think someone would make a person just to lock them in a room to use when needed, like some sort of tool. Elizabeth Sobek sacrificed herself for the world, and yet they have no trouble treating Beta like a slave.
Another reason we have to stop them.
Yeah, Aloy. Beta's been through some
How's
crap.
everyone dealing with Beta?
I tried explaining what a clone is to Aaron. He was totally lost. Then Zoe said something about 2 trees coming from 1 seed. That seemed to help a bit.
Anything happen I should know about?
Zoe and Aaron tried to beat each other up.
I might have heard something about that.
Aaron made some jokes about the Utaru, called them twigs or something like that. She challenged him to a sparring match. Turns out that Utaru speed is a pretty good match for Oseram brawn. Things ended in a stalemate. Now they spar once in a while to see if they can break it.
Well, let me know how it goes. Anything new with you?
Aaron tried to convince me to help him build a... what did he call it? A drum set? But I'm pretty sure Zoe would kill him if it got any noisier around here.
Those two are having a hard time getting along, huh?
They're both stubborn, but they mean well. I'm sure they'll warm up to each other eventually.
Is there anything you need from me before I go?
Not unless you can somehow make me or Aaron better at that Tanacht board game, Strike. Now that Katalo started playing, I don't like our odds.
I'm surprised he agreed to play.
Someone might have told him Aaron helped defeat the Mad Sun King. He got friendlier after that. Still doesn't talk much, but he'll sit down for a game whenever he can.
I'll be in touch if I need anything.
We'll
I
be
like
ready.
all the dialogue.
Everyone's been briefed on the pulse generators as well.
Good.
And there's so much dialogue. There's some sort of side quest going on somewhere.
Aloy, I hear you're going further west past the Tenakth clanlands.
Do you know anything about the area?
Only hearsay. The Utaru tell stories of an island that lies beyond the western coast. They call it the Isle of Spires. It is said the Old Ones built towers there that touch the sky, so they could live far away from the earth that bore them. As if they didn't want to be reminded that they'd one day return to it.
Sounds like something Ted Faro would do.
Alright, now we have an hour's worth of dialogue.
Any progress with your plan for the land gods? Is the reboot code ready?
It is. But there is difficult work ahead. Gaia warned me that because the land gods are linked together in a network, the code must be delivered to all of them. Most are in plainsong, but in recent years, 3 of them wandered off. So, T, and Do.
We have to find them?
No, we know where they are, but they're hard to reach. So, wandered into a lake and sank. Do
Aww.
ventured into a dangerous canyon, and T broke down amidst a herd of machines.
Okay. Tell you what. You go to Plainsong, handle all the land gods there. I'll take care of So, T, and Do. I'll need their locations, plus the reboot code.
I'm sending the data to you now. My people made shrines near where each land god faltered. When you see them, you'll know you're close. And once again, thanks for your help.
We're not gonna let your people starve, Zo. I promise.
Aw, I kind of want to do that first.
How much have you read on Ted Faro?
Enough to wonder how a man who worked so hard to heal the world once could let greed and pride condemn it so easily. For one spirit to diminish in such a way, I'm not sure if I should hate him or pity him.
You and Varl doing okay? Training, I mean.
We're doing fine. Although I admit it'd be nice to take a small break from studying, just the 2 of us. But then who'd look after Erend?
There's always Katalo.
Leave a loud Oseram with a brooding Tenakth. What could go wrong?
What's everyone been up to?
I've been trying to share some of my meals with Beta. Thought it might help her feel more at home. Maybe even get her to sleep up here instead of in that dark basement. She would not be moved.
I appreciate you trying.
Patience reaps the best harvest. I'm not giving up hope yet.
I should get going. Hopefully I can bring back what we need to capture Hephaestus. After that, I'm gonna need everyone's help.
We'll be ready.
What's this I hear about you going west?
Turns out we need one last thing before we can grab Hephaestus.
Because it would have been too easy otherwise.
I was hoping you could help me with something.
Ah, he gets it.
It's about the Tenakth rebels, and it also has to do with the Oseram.
Really? That doesn't sound good. Let me know what I can do to help.
I feel like he just wants to help, and Aloy's just like, no, no.
Still sifting through loads of data.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's lots of words. I thought maybe I could try finding things with more, pictures in it. Not much luck there, but I did find out about these holofilms. Like images put together to tell a story. They were made to look like they were the real thing. The Oseram like shows. I bet they pay a lot of shards for those hollows.
It seems like you're getting a hang of this data thing.
Yeah, it's been helpful. When I could make sense of anything. I did find the old ones enjoyed a good brew like the rest of us. Only they let machines serve the stuff in bars. They even let the damn things cut you off before you saw the underside of a table. And that's half the fun. You won't see me letting a robot serve me a picture anytime soon.
It sounds like you're getting used to that focus.
Well, I can hit machines in their weak points. I guess that's something. I wish all the other data was as easy to deal with. Now, to be honest, it's hard to understand half of what's on there. And then the other half reminds me, well, this isn't a fight you can win by just waving a hammer. Which is kind of what I do. But hey, that just means I gotta study harder. Make myself useful.
Just give it time. You've been looking at any interesting data?
I asked Gaia to find me something to look at a while back, and she found the mother of all forges. They called it sports. Turns out the old ones spent a lot of time tackling and punching each other for points in one game or another. Are you mixing some solid food and fresh ale? I bet half the claim will be lining up to watch.
Yeah.
What you reading next?
I saw Gaia added something to the archives about metal rods being used to harness lightning during storms. It reminded me of a cousin of mine. Thought he could trap lightning if he covered himself in Stormbird plates. Went up the tallest mountain in the claim to prove it. It ended like a lot of Oseram things do. With a spark and a boom.
The end.
What else have you been studying with your focus?
Yeah, I've been looking into this Vegas place you found. Gaia showed us everything that happened when you went to get that Poseidon thing. I mean, this Morland guy seems pretty smart. Though, risking the Tanakh clan lands for a light show is a bold move.
Maybe I should check up on them at some point. Just in case.
Right.
How are things going around here?
Hey, you tell me. Varl's new girlfriend tried to kill me earlier.
So I hear.
I made one joke about how they, eat grass a lot. How does anyone fight with nothing but tree leaves in their stomach anyway?
From the looks of it, the Utaru.
Yeah, well, I wasn't expecting her to be that fast.
Just try not to get hurt.
Aloy wasn't concerned about Zoe getting hurt at all.
Do I smell ale?
I brought some over from Chain Scrape. With everything that's been going on, I thought we could all use a drink. Besides, there is nothing that brings people together like a good brew. That's what my sister always said, anyways. You're more than welcome to have some.
Maybe another time. Anything happen I should know about?
Zoe asked us to help her bring more plants in here. Not for eating, apparently. Yeah, if you ask me, the place is fine as it is. Metal might be plain, but it's sturdy. Nothing wrong with that. Who needs a bunch of vegetation?
How are things with Katalo? You still scared of him?
Oh, she thinks she's funny. Actually, I asked if they'd be interested in playing a game of Strike. I had to fill in most of the conversation myself, but I'm still alive.
Glad to hear it. I discovered an Oseram militant group. They call themselves the Sons of Prometheus. It looks like they're the ones overriding machines for the Tanakh rebels.
I thought that was something only you could do.
They're familiar with ancient tech, and they're as anti-Karja as it gets.
So, last year we stopped Durval and his cronies from blowing up Meridian in retribution for the Red Raids. And now you're telling me we have another group of Oseram trying to wipe out the Karja with an army of machines and bloodthirsty Tanakh?
Pretty much.
Oh, well, that's just great!
Is there any way you can help me
He's
find
so
out who they
loud.
are? Anything to track them down and stop them.
Yeah, I can send out some messages from Chain Scrape. Get in touch with my contacts in the claim, see what I can find out.
I'd appreciate that. I see you've got strike set up.
No!
Think you could teach me?
No, please,
I would, but I
no.
can barely make sense of it myself.
Okay, good.
Be better off learning from Salma and Chain Scrape. She can be pretty passionate about it, but she knows Strike as well as any Tanakh.
Guess I'll have to make some time to visit her when I can.
I just saw an empty spot and I'm like, yeah, oh no.
I need to get going.
I think I know the answer, but are you sure you don't need any help? Gaia mentioned this other tribe you found, the Quen. They sound like a nasty bunch.
I can handle them. In the meantime, Varl will help you get ready for what comes next.
Take care of yourself, Aloy.
Looks like Gaia was able to unlock that door.
This door?
There's a lot of equipment in here. Gaia, what was all this for?
This room was designed for management of the facility's vast seed banks. From here, Control Center operatives would have monitored new crop rotations into the automated farmlands, now known as Plainsong.
I see.
I've been tackling the design of the Ag Lab. Place is gonna have a lot of seed stock to work with. My favorite? Sample 626. Calotropis gigantea. The crown flower. We used to have one in our backyard. Butterflies always fluttering around. Every morning, August would run out there to check under the leaves. See if any caterpillars turned into chrysalises. Now, I'd like to imagine that the future will be filled with them.
Yeah, I know. I thought that too when he said 626. I thought the same thing. So this looks exactly like a save pod from Metroid.
According to this console, there are still thousands of plant samples stored deep below the facility. I could ask Gaia about them the next time I talk to her.
I mean, you just talk to her on your focus. That's what it's there for. Am I wrong? Also, where did this thing come from? This building still confuses me.
That is focus things trying to kill me.
Show me more.
Dead, almost drowned in feet.
And what is going on in here?
Got a minute?
As many as you need.
I have to travel beyond the western coast.
To the ruins, shrouded in fog.
Yes, and I'm looking for a tribe, the Quen. I encountered them once before. They said they came from across the Great Ocean. I was hoping that Tenakth knew more about them.
There were rumors of trespassers in the area, but we thought they were just bandits. Hikaru sent out a patrol or two, but I don't recall them reporting back. We've had more pressing concerns, as you know. I'm sorry. That's all I can tell you.
It's okay. I guess I'll find out soon enough.
There is something I've been meaning to discuss with you. It's personal.
Oh, does he need a hand with something?
To spare.
Haha.
Must be strange, seeing everything through a focus now.
I can see machines like never before. Their strengths and weaknesses simply reveal themselves to me. To think that such a tiny object might be the most powerful weapon I've ever possessed.
What do you think of this place? It must take some getting used to.
It's an efficient center of operations, and an acceptable training facility. Though it could use some more color.
Duly noted. Does it still hurt?
It comes and goes. I try not to think about it, but its absence is always present for me. It's difficult to explain.
I can't claim to understand.
He stretches his neck when he talks and it's really
You
annoying.
have my thanks.
And here's my neck. And here is my neck. I will talk to you and show you my neck.
Anything interesting happen while I was away?
I found an acceptable place to practice with my blade.
Oh, and where's that?
outside, above the base. There's a nest of sunwings that are always up for a fight.
Ever thought of sparring with something that's not trying to kill you?
That would defeat the purpose of the training.
Found anything interesting during your training?
Gaia told me where to find data on how wars were waged in the old world. I knew the Ten fought against machines, much as we do now, but it seems they were among the last of their kind. Later, machines battled other machines on behalf of greedy leaders, as they vied for lands and spoils. At least the Tenakth have the courage to put their lives on the line when conflicts arise.
There is nobility in that. But maybe we just need fewer conflicts in the first place.
Yes, of course. Hekarro would have it so as well.
Anything else you've been looking at with that focus?
Gaia showed me the knowledge you recovered out in the desert. I am no chaplain, but I'd be curious to test if something I read is true.
What is it?
The Old Ones believed one could hear the great waters, even in the middle of the desert, if you carried the carcass of a water animal with you. They called them seashells.
That sounds kind of gross. Have you spoken with Erend at all?
I've had little chance to. I did see him bring some ale from out east.
That stuff's as bitter as salve-brush.
You get used to it, eventually. In fact, I wouldn't mind a drink myself.
I'm sure Erend wouldn't mind sharing. What have you been up to?
Varl has asked to learn the differences between my people's clans, so I've been teaching him Tenakth history. It is heavy with blood and death, but also with honorable deeds and vanquished tyrants. Maybe you'd like to hear about it as well, when our mission is done.
I'd be honored. What do Tenakth do to relax? You know, to take a break from training?
We play strike. Your Oseram friend, Erend, is surprisingly good at it, although he has yet to beat me. It helps one think strategically, hones the mind for tactics.
Somehow that still sounds like training. You said there was something you wanted to talk about?
I've been speaking with Gaia. She mentioned that the Zeniths bind metal with flesh to make themselves stronger. I was wondering if you'd help me do the same.
You want to make yourself a new arm?
Yes. Gaia insists she can help me build such a thing if I can get the necessary data and materials. She believes these things lie in the place where Beta hid from the Zeniths.
Their ancient research lab.
I am not as familiar with old world machinery as you are. I could use your assistance.
It might be dangerous. The Zeniths probably still keep an eye on that place. We were lucky to get out of there alive the first time.
Should I go up and check on her?
It
On
sounds
Riley?
like this is worth the risk.
By the 10, we shall see it through.
I should
Maybe
get
she
going.
has to use the
I've got
bathroom.
a long road ahead.
Should you need reinforcements?
I know who to call. I'll call you when I'm near the Zenith lab. We'll get what you need for that new arm of yours.
Thank you, Aloy.
I'll go up and check on her. Give me just a second. Kuwu with a lurk. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Always appreciate it. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Let's get back into it here. So our dog is a sausage dog, and when she lays on her side on the linoleum floor, she can't quite get back up. So we've been having to help her get up. I mean, she's also like 11 years old or something like that too, so she's older and she's very round and, I mean, relatable. Alright, let's find Beta. Where's Beta at?
Are you sure that's what the data says?
I'm telling you.
I don't know if Beta's down here, actually. Oh yeah, okay, there she is.
Did you want something? Hey, you got a second? I suppose.
She has to sit down to talk, yet she has to stand up to actually talk.
So do you have everything you need to build the rig and pulse generators? Gaia sent me the schematics. The designs are modest, without the capabilities of Hephaestus, but they should work. Not that it matters without a mega clearance. I'll find it. Just try to have the transport ready by the time I get back.
Jeez.
What else can you tell me about Tilda? She liked to talk about her paintings. What about herself? Did she ever talk about her life on Earth, how she joined the
We already
Zeniths?
had this
Something like that?
discussion. Why are we talking about it again?
She never said much about herself, and she hated it when I asked too many questions. But I think, back on Earth, she was an expert programmer, given that... So have you been upstairs at all? Not really. Varl sometimes comes down here to talk. He keeps asking if I'm okay. I thought he only wanted to know about my productivity, but... it's almost like he actually wants to talk to me. Yeah, I think he does. Have you talked with anyone else in the base? I speak with Gaia. She asked me how I'm feeling and my opinion on various topics. I didn't expect that from an AI. That's all thanks to Elizabeth. She believed Gaia had to care, not just follow her programming orders. I know. Independent emotional processing enabled the previous version of Gaia to create you, after all. Yeah. I guess so. So, aside from Varl and Gaia, who else have you been talking to? Zoe told me how you met after your escape from the Hades Proving Lab. I had no idea you were severely injured. If the Zeniths had killed you, life on Earth would be doomed. My escape would have been for nothing. But they didn't kill me. And thanks to Varl and Zoe, I was able to recover. You said you and Varl talk sometimes. What about? He told me about your tribe, the Nora, and the proving ritual you did. I told him if I was born into the tribe, I'd never be able to do the proving. It does require a lot of physical training, but there are plenty of other roles besides being a hunter. I don't think I'd be suited for any of them. Well, I guess it's a good thing you're not a Nora then.
Dang. Burn. Just put her back in cryo and tell her to take a nap.
That's enough for now. Good.
She said good. Aww. I feel so bad for Beta. Like, she's snarky too, but like, Aloy's so mean to her. All right. Let's look at our quests. I kind of want to do this. I don't know if this is difficult to do. Alright, I said that we would keep going on our quest line today, so we'll just keep moving on.
It's a long way to the coast. If you need to resupply en route, I suggest stopping in Fall's Edge. It's a lowland clan village southwest of the Grove, in the heart of the jungle.
Got it. Thanks for the advice. A garden. It's Zoe's doing, I'll bet.
Oh yeah, it's cute. I don't know how the plants are standing the cold or the high altitude, but yeah, it's fine. I'll do some main stuff and then we'll do some side stuff later if we have some time. Hi Riley, you made it down here. What's up? Man, it's a long walk. Might be quicker if I teleport here, make my way down, instead of going through all this that I haven't been through before. Can I go here? No. Lori with some corgi trigger words. You don't even like that one anymore, huh? Baxter likes it, huh? Do you want a treat? You're a good girl, Riley. I have another one. Can you sit? Good girl. Shake. Good girl. Treat. She's like crunching on them like, ah, they're stale. Oh, that's weird. Why do we have to go to two of them? Oh, Fall's Edge. Gotcha.
Save these for when I need it.
That's one old barrel. Am I prying it open with my forehead? Oh, I missed the bridge.
You don't see me.
I don't see them. Is there something around? What was she talking about? The way she said that was kind of creepy. You don't see me. Ooh, is that a watcher? Aw, it's a watcher, guys. A traditional, an OG. OG.
Plasma won't have much effect on it.
Hey, sir, no. Aloy. Oh my gosh. Uh-oh. No, 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 no.
Need more.
Boy, Watchers and these Claw Striders go really well together. Ah, you suck. Did I get him with that? No, 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 no. No, no, no. Dang it. can you critical, please? Thank you. Alright, I want your tail, sir. I missed. Ah. That was a good fight. Oh, did his tail fall off? Or did it just like explode when I killed him? I think I would have noticed if I got it off of him.
Be careful not to let this stain my hands.
Oh, what's this? Oh, just a box. I think the tails are, orange anyway. The parts.
A rush of air.
I haven't seen that quest with the hunting grounds lady yet. Like, I watched Lori do that quest and I haven't seen any spot of it. Yeah, her. Talana. Is there anyone backing you up? You're alone? I mean, I can't pass up this one-on-one fight. Woo! Beautiful.
It's a fight then!
He's gonna blow! There he goes. Oh, I just run into her, that's all? Huh. Well, I can't say I've run into her yet, so... I guess when the time comes. It must be back in the Daunt, though, because I remember you getting the... you were having to hold it. sorry, I'm struggling with the words. Your quest line had to be put on hold because you couldn't progress. What is this? Just a thing that's there.
I guess Hephaestus was busy making hunter-killers.
Yeah, I don't want to fight these guys. Let me go this way anyway. Just leave me alone. Maybe you happen to come across her when you were in a town or something. And I just didn't notice her. I can't say I've spent that much time in any of the major towns. Like, just wandering around. Mainly just, like, focusing on my questline stuff. Somewhere out in the middle of the map, okay. I really would like to do that, because I want to fight the Snap Maw. Is that what it's called? The big turtle? I want to fight one of those. I mean, I prefer to fight one-on-one with a quest. One that's not like, you know, just random. I mean, I'm okay with just random, but it's a little more rewarding when it's for a quest.
Shelter. Should be safe here.
Where? Oh, right here? Oh, right here. Here we go. Gotta get those onions while I can. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, I feel like I've been in that area multiple times and didn't see her. Oh, you know, I'm thinking up. Yeah, I'm thinking up here. No. Here. Yeah, where this horse is. Cause I was fighting these sky drifters. I was going back and forth between these two, and I like didn't come across her at all. Oh, south? Oh, here. Where Hephaestus is. No. Yeah, Hephaestus was. Yeah, I haven't been back, so it's possible. It's a rebel camp. I was wondering why it was all lit up, but it wasn't the town that we're going to. Makes sense.
Another outpost full of rebels. Time to find whoever's in charge and take them out.
No, it's not time for that, Aloy. Oh man, I'm level 30. I didn't even notice that. I didn't even notice that I rolled over to 30. It must have happened a while ago because I'm almost level 31. It's all that like random fighting that I do. Because I actually enjoy the machine fights now. I enjoy them now that I've kind of understood the dynamics of the new game. Like, the old game, Horizon Zero Dawn, was very much just like, shoot it in the eye always for the most damage, where this game is shoot off all the bits and pieces always. Also, I have decent weapons now too, so that really helps. It's not just like bow and arrow alone.
Did the enemy give you any trouble out there?
One at a time, ladies, please. One at a time.
When this is over, I must return to the hunting grounds.
Any soldier of worth has sharpened their skills at the hunting grounds.
What is she talking about?
There can be no peace until Regala is brought to justice.
Gotcha, okay. She's just like, when this is over, I'm going back to the hunting grounds. Like, what? When what's over?
This must be Falls Edge. Talo said I could resupply here, then head for the Quinn Ferry.
This is a nice town. I would really enjoy living here. I could sleep in the water at night. This is a pretty cool place.
Well, how many do you have?
Okay, with Falls Edge behind me, just gotta head west until I reach the coast.
Aloy, we haven't.
The Quinn Ferry.
Aloy, we haven't even done anything here yet. We just walked in. She's like, well, we're done here.
Does your blade arm ache?
Let me try.
Okay. You should know new faces since we last went toe to toe.
Well, good thing I have a little something called gratitude.
I don't like activating quest lines until I'm ready to actually do them. So I prefer to just like leave the exclamation points on my map, so at least then I know, you know, oh hey, there's one here. Just like if I were to come up here, oh, there's a couple here too. Instead of activating a bunch of them and not knowing what the heck each of them are.
What have we done it this time, Dax?
Oh, yeah? Well, I guess I was wrong. How many do you have?
You doubted the chief's word. Walk with strength.
Actually, it was a vision that no one else had ever seen. You could have said whatever you wanted.
Yep, that's her.
That's her.
Champion.
Must be on the other side. Or it's in here.
That's her. Got passed out of strongest of the Outlanders, but it won't happen again.
Thought I was gonna miss. Oh, this is a lake. Or a river. Not what I was expecting.
I better shake off this wet.
Okay. That wasn't actually a bad move. Oh, I suppose it is a river. I was thinking it wasn't really a river, but it is. Oh, this is really cool. So the river comes flowing down through here, and then it like flows around the city or town or whatever, village, and then falls into this like little lake, and it keeps going. That's really neat. Who comes up with these designs, man? What we got going on here? Oh, great. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. It's like, no, I definitely saw you. Guys, please. Puppies. Go bother someone else. Dun 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 dun.
It's weak against shock.
Good old Watchers. It's so nice that they added them in here again. Ooh, a Tremor Tusk. Ah, Kuu with the raid. Guys, how's it going? Kuu, what's up, man? What were you playing? Todos! Good to see you. Hope everyone's having a wonderful Tuesday. Playing some Celeste, nice. Super Auto Pets. I can't say I've heard of that. Sunglass Dupe, heck yeah. Cool, thanks for the raid, man. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Hope your stream went well. So, we are playing Horizon Forbidden West. We're a little over halfway through the game, so if you're thinking about playing it, you might want to be a little weary about spoilers. We are heading into a major plot point, I think, at least to some degree. But yeah, Lori dropping the podcast. So we play games from beginning to end, and we talk about them in a podcast format on any podcast app that you may have, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever it's called, Podbeam, all those good things. But yeah, we just got done playing Final Fantasy XI, which was a beast of a game that we didn't even get very far in, but we have played like Horizon Zero Dawn and like a bunch of other Final Fantasy games. We did Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which was really good. But yeah, guys, welcome in. So we're just making our way down into this who knows what it is. It's our next main quest line thing. Totodos with a hydrate. Thank you, Totodos. Drinking some tea today. I don't know if you guys were in last month. When I was playing Final Fantasy XI, I actually got COVID like over Christmas, and it took like 2 months for my voice to like recover. Like I felt fine, but freaking my voice was a mess. It was terrible. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better, luckily. I'm able to talk again, so that's a plus. But it was like, I felt fine, so I didn't want to, like, not stream. So I was just streaming and just pushing through the gross throat sound that I had. So, like, half of my streams were, like, me, like, struggling through my voice. It was not good. Oop, oop, oop. Let's fight some stuff. What do you think? Yeah, that was kind of how mine was too, Todos. Like, I had it and I felt perfectly fine afterwards, and then like the next week, my throat got an infection or something, and I like struggled with that for a month. I've never had anything like that before. It was crazy. Like the COVID, like typical COVID symptoms, that was sucky, but I dealt with it just fine.
Should work now.
That was lame. No, don't run! Don't run! Don't run! Oh, he's still alive. Oh, Totodos with some kitty snuggles? Oh no, what is going on? What was that? Why did it just liquefy? Oh no. What are you? Is this a frost or a freaking claw? Yeah, fire claw. Oh. Okay, hang on. Oh, jeez. All right, bring your kitty over here. Oh, we got the baby. He's how old is he now? Like almost a year old.
About 2 months shy.
Yeah, he'll be a year old in just a couple months. He's not a baby anymore. Oh, let's see if I can. No, I can't. Oh, dude, stay. It's okay. He's a big boy. Stay. It's okay. Calm down, my friend. Yeah, this was the baby that we picked up. My sister found in a parking lot. I brought him to us, and we hand fed him for like 2 weeks. I know, but I just want to say hi. Sorry, that was not quite as cuddly as I wanted it to be. He has given us more scratches than any of our other cats combined.
You go get some cuddles. We'll try this one. Yes, you go get cuddles.
Oh, Chrono! Hi, buddy! Chrono! He's like, no, I don't like this. These guys aren't quite as snuggly as Noctis. Noctis will come up here and just like lick my face and put his stick butt in the camera and yeah, you're a good boy. He's being all weird. Like, okay. Awkward. It's okay. I can't. So, I paused it at a moment of I don't know what's about to happen when I unpause this game here.
Noctis is coming.
Oh, is Noctis getting jealous? Noctis! One more, come on. Get up here. Come on. Noctis, where are you going?
He just like walks.
He did. He totally did the like. Have you seen that thing where like people wave at someone and then you turn around thinking that they're waving at you, so you wave back and they're like waving at someone behind you? That was what he did to me. He was like, "Hey, I'm coming to." Nope. Denied. All right. Are you bringing him to me? All right, get over here. Get over here, my dude. One more. When we have 7 cats, We should be able to find at least one that wants to snuggle back, huh?
He's like, no.
He's like, no, what are you doing? Just stay here and then cuddle. He can't. Alright, let's continue. I'm about to die. Oh, I dodged it. I think it helps that I saw it coming. I don't know if I want to fight this. Oh my gosh. That must be why the thing liquefied.
Down it goes.
Man, I haven't fought one of these yet in this game. Who are these people?
That's it!
Oh my gosh, right to the face. Get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. Ooh, he is not happy.
Last one.
Oh, okay. No. Can't see through the lava. Flaming boulders to the face, yes. Story of my life. Don't leave, don't leave, don't leave, don't leave. Let's play. Get out of the fence! He's throwing enormous boulders at me. Oh, I thought he was gonna take down the tree. I was ready to see it fall too. That would have been amazing.
Okay, better.
Oh no! Please, don't kill me. Put that down, sir.
No shots left.
You suck. Man, this thing is a beast. No, put that down. Gosh dang it. Todos, thanks for the lurk. I appreciate you stopping in. And Kubu, gonna go watch a show. Thanks again for the raid. I do appreciate it. Well, that I almost killed him. Considering I wasn't expecting to fight him at all. I legitimately thought one of those grazers just like liquefied.
It's not gonna take much damage from fire.
We're gonna avoid him this time. I don't feel like using all my ammo anyway. No, no, no. Nope, 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 nope.
A drone. Must be part of Cyclops. If I can get its data, I can reconnect it with the dome back at the base. But how to get up there? Oh, Blight's taking over, spreading its sickness.
Alright, are we going the right way?
Gotta bring the drone down to grab its data.
Feel like we
Maybe
are.
if I jump onto it?
Welcome, Outlander.
So you're the one who revealed the truth of the visions. You stood certain in Hikaru's honor.
Must just be like a passing town.
Your courage inspires us.
Wait, you were there?
You have won your honor.
Hey, stranger. Are you looking to trade?
No, I wanted to know what was up.
Walk with strength.
You fought well.
Man, everybody must be sick. Better wear a mask to this town.
May our blades strike as one.
You can walk proudly, Outlander.
Ah, there's some kids. You don't see kids too often.
Regala attacked the cold room, and an outsider defended it.
Outlander.
I guess I can stop picking stuff up. Ah, is this the ocean? Like, not quite, but pretty much. Ah, it's so cool. Having problems there?
I could use shock ammo.
I'm not looking for a fight, I just am walking by. Just passing through. Waterfall? Or is it like sunrise? Sun rays going through? Oh no, it's a waterfall. Maybe? No, not really. It's just weird fogginess. Ah, it's so cool. Here's something big trotting around. Or is it just drums in the background music? I can't tell. Oh, nope, it's this thing. No, you see nothing.
Machine looks like it could flatten boulders, trees, me.
I was gonna say, there's never just one. I mean, I could probably take him on. Oh, but not an Apex one, though. Oh, that's not an Apex one.
Time to fall.
Ah! The music for the machine fights are so good. Ah! Can you please? Oh my gosh, these guys suck. I don't know what just hit me.
It's gonna take more.
Nope, 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 nope. Don't shoot me with... Oh, you got me with the sticky. I missed his head. Man, that was not even close to being dead. I don't know if I was focusing on the other one or what. Okay, well that's fine. Why? Can we not, please?
Much better.
Fine, I'll leave. Very slowly. Where is he at? If you kill me with your snot, I'm gonna be very angry. Nope, I'm out. I'm fleeing. Just going to do my quest. Leave me alone. Do I want to be up there? Yeah, we're pretty close. Nothing like wasting all my ammo on nothing. It's like a weird helicopter noise. What if it's supposed to be the rain or what? Do you hear that weird, like, choppy sound? Sounds like a helicopter. You think it's just the wind and rain? Maybe.
Place to rest.
As long as you are hearing it too, Lori. I was kind of worried that it was like a capture card thing. You know, as weird as my capture card has been lately. But like all the other sounds seem okay. Like I don't hear it now. It's just back there. Maybe it's the ocean. What is that? No, I want to scan you.
Time to cross the water, look for landfall, and over. No one
Come
here.
on, I want to scan you.
That's strange. Well, nothing's stopping me from taking a boat.
I don't want to fight you, I just want to know what you are. Slaughter Spine. That seems friendly. Ah, he's so cool though. What is with what is with Hephaestus and like making these Hephaestus? Is that the right one? Making these dinosaurs. Oh, he's so cool. I want to fight him, but I don't want to fight him. 45. That's probably a big no. He's so cool, though.
The look of those barbs on that thing's spine.
No! What are you doing? Go away! Gosh, he's so cool. Alright, anyway. Onward! She's like, we may as well take a boat. Is it this boat or is it a different boat? Did this boat maybe wash up on shore and I need to like respawn it or what? All right, let me walk away and then I'll come back. Maybe I just need to take on that slaughter spine and let it kill me and then I'll respawn again. Probably be fine. It'll probably kill me pretty quick. Sorry. So cool. Alright, let's see if this is far enough away. Maybe it'll give me the prompt. If not, I will take on that slaughter spine, put up my best fight, and if I lose, when I lose, I'll just respawn and maybe it'll work. Yeah, what the heck, man? Oh, wait, here. There we go. How does Aloy even know how to use a boat? It's not like they had big lakes or oceans to be riding across in, Oh yeah, what the heck? I wanted her to journey there. Don't just be there. It just seemed like she turned around.
No one's guarding this side of the ferry either. Where are the Quinn? They're in landfall, I guess. I better go find it. Should be to the northeast.
It would have made for a great, like, just slow transition across the ocean. Like, yeah, this whole, like, bloop. There we are. We're here. Oh, now you show up. Get over here. I tried to cuddle you earlier when we actually had kitty snuggle time, and you didn't want any part of that. It's like, yeah, and you smell like other cats. It's gross. Come over here and sit down. Yeah, you. It's a little rainy on this side. Oh, oh.
Could use frost ammo against it.
Oh no, there's two. Buddy, I can't. It's like nudging my... Oh crap. Not what I thought it was. Quit screaming. Great, I ran right into it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, jeez, man. I missed. Miss again? He's not that far out. Man.
It's fallen!
No, not that one! Hurry! Gosh dang it. Okay, sir, I cannot with you. You're driving me crazy. He's like rolling all over my controller while I'm fighting stuff, pushing buttons that he ought not to be pushing, which is all of them. Oh, no, I don't want to quit. I would like some help, though. He's got it sticking out of his head. He die? He did. Ah, you suck.
I gotta get more ammo.
Bring it on. Those guys suck. They always run away just as you're trying to fight them. No, 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 no! Gosh, it sounds terrible. Yeah, you.
Got your attention now.
It's gotta hurt. Ow! That should ease the pain. All right, well, that was something that happened. I mean, it went better than the fire claw. This kind of looks like that area from the video. The gameplay trailer thing. It's similar.
I'll keep these on me.
Oh, that's not good. I know what that means.
Another tall neck. So these are the ruins of San Francisco. An entire city of crumbling towers. And somewhere buried out here is Thebes. I hope Alva and the Quinn can help me find it.
I'm sorry. I needed your wishbone. It's like too quiet. What's with these tracks? Aloy don't care about that. Who's that? Rock Lobster? Sometimes the game gives these like blue lights in the corners, like that right there, that like glare blue. But I always associate that to a machine light. So every time I see that glare, I think that it's a machine behind me. Why does this one have fireflies around it?
A drone. Must be part of Cyclops. If I can get its data, I can reconnect it with the dome back at the base. But how to get up there?
I haven't done a single one of those yet.
That must be the entrance to landfall up ahead.
Hey. Hey. Is that her? The living ancestor. The diviner wasn't lying.
She looks peaceful enough.
Ancestor!
This is landfall, right? I'm looking for Alva.
Overseer Bohai ordered us to invite you before him should you approach. Please, come with me. Go. Let him know we're coming.
So, this poor guy has to sprint all the way there so that Aloy can just casually walk in. She have some significance? They highlighted on her far too long.
Overseer Bohai, a stranger just walked through the gate.
Okay, that didn't sound suspicious at all. That is not what happened.
Alva would not dare lie. You do look like Sobek.
Is Alva here? I need to talk to her.
I will consider your request once it is determined what you are. A living ancestor, as Alva believes, or a threat, lurking in such a guise.
I am no threat, okay? Back on the mainland, your soldiers fired on me without warning.
So you say, infidel. None of those you engaged survived to bear witness.
I held off on your squad when...
Ah, the important guy.
May I present our honored CO?
So, here she is, our great mystery. Well, Bohai, what have you divined? What is she?
A mystery indeed, my CO. How can she appear as Sobek, and
Like
yet know
CEO?
nothing of our race? Are we to believe that a living ancestor was born to this wretched land? An ocean apart from the realm of the Chosen? And if so, to what end? I cannot answer. Only she can. But I warn you, no falsehood will satisfy us. Now speak. Why are you here? What is your purpose?
I'm looking for a place called Thebes.
And what do you seek there?
Alva told me a little bit about what you're after. I guess you could say I want what you want.
Hey, Bubba Gump, with a Prime sub, thank you. Here's some awesome music for you. Thank you for the
Ted
sub, I
Faro's
appreciate it.
secrets.
I hope you're
It
having a
isn't
wonderful day.
But the way is closed to us. Machine attacks have cut us off from the site. Diviner Alva is there, along with a complement of diggers and soldiers.
Is she all right?
Our scouts tell us that the machine has our
The game
people
is
pinned
very good so
behind
far.
their defenses, but they're holding out.
Well, whatever it is that Aloy told him, it must have been good enough for
Machines, huh?
for them.
I can help with that.
Alva told us that you are indeed formidable.
But I have a few questions first.
We will answer what we can.
Story-wise, the first game is better just because I like the introductory to the world and that like awe, as well as that mystery of what are we doing here? Where is everything? You know, what's going on? Where in this game, all of that like super unknown is already solved. So then you're going into this like there's new mystery, but like the overall world mystery you already know. So yeah, the first game is fantastic. And when you play the second game, you'll kind of get a sense of well, at least for me, when I first started, I was like, oh, duh. Like, there was bits and pieces of the first game that, like, obviously I should have thought about. But you'll have to play the game. It's really, really good. I mean, it's out for the PS4, so you should be able to pick it up, but yeah, it's worth playing for sure. And the graphics are phenomenal.
So you found Thebes. How?
The ancestors revealed it to us not long after we made landfall. Almost a year ago. Through a scrap of ancient data discovered by Alva and verified by myself. It contained details about the construction of a great underground palace.
Where, exactly?
Close. Beneath the Great Pyramid in the ruins beyond.
Figures. Ted loves his pyramids. Have you been inside?
No. That has been a problem, one of many.
And we will solve them all in time. Getting back to the site is the one at hand. I hope you're as effective against machines as Diviner Alva suggested.
You can play it on the PS4. I don't know how the graphics compare. I would assume that they're probably not too far off from each other. But the reality is, it's not the graphics that... I mean, yes, the graphics are amazing, but, like, beyond that, it's the gestures and the facial animations that are so good. So good. But yeah, I mean... If you can't get your hands on a PS5, I fully understand. Just do the PS4 version. I mean, just play the game. I guess it depends on how much you want to play the Horizon series, but yeah, I definitely suggest it. It's worth it.
What exactly are you looking for?
PS5 or not.
Thebes? I thought Alva brought back the data you needed.
We risked much to cross the ocean. Therefore, we must unearth every possible link to the legacy while we are here, especially one as important as Thebes.
We will not sail back until I have plundered its secrets.
So, Alva reports to you.
I was chosen by my colleagues on the Board of Overseers to supervise data retrieval on this expedition, yes.
And you're in charge of the expedition?
He is far more than that. You are addressing the cousin of the Emperor of the Quinn.
Oh, the cousin
Heir
of the
to
Emperor?
the vast holdings of the Great Delta, the first CO in 5 generations.
The first CEO?
All she needs to understand is that I am the authority here, and my will is to attain the secrets of Thebes.
Mine too. We're in luck. You crossed the ocean on these ships? Couldn't have been easy.
Greatness is never easy.
Indeed. It took 7 years just to build the flotilla. This expedition is the most important undertaking of our generation. A quest for knowledge across the gaping sea with nothing less than the fate of our tribe at stake. And none of it would have been possible without the will of the CO.
The voyage was difficult. The wilds here even more so. Our sailors and soldiers have suffered much. I know that. But all for the glory of the Quen.
Good to know.
Yep. Okay.
What kind of machine has your people pinned down near Thebes?
A Thunderjaw. We've dealt with them before, but this one is...
Tougher, stronger, and it has black armor?
Yes. How did you know?
Doesn't matter. Won't be easy, but I can take it down.
Then destiny shines upon us, as I knew it would. A living ancestor now walks among us, and she will help me attain the secrets of Thebes.
Resupply here if you must. Then on to Thebes at the base of the pyramid in the ruins. We will follow when our scouts confirm you've cleared the way.
Great. Luckily, Thunderjaws don't go in packs. But how much you want to bet this one will? I don't have enough stuff to do that. Oop, 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 oop. I don't know if we have any of the
Not for anything now.
I believe in the expedition.
Yeah, we don't. Crap. I spent a bunch of time collecting those stupid things too. I mean, it's fine. It's just be very handy against a freaking Thunderjaw.
I trust in the words that guide us. I only wish us to succeed in our mission.
Okay. Off to the big pyramid to fight the Thunderjaw.
Follow your orders.
How are the repairs to the flotilla? That's a question for the diviners, not me.
Still, I mean, we crossed the great ocean for it. It's really good.
Is this their boat? Yeah, it is. It's pretty cool.
I didn't mean anything by it. I believe in the expedition.
Well, you've started people talking. They're saying you are criticizing our leaders.
Finally up and about. No, I trust in the words that guide us.
It sounds like there's a problem here.
Then I had better not hear of any more doubts. Follow your orders. Trust in the legacy's truth.
She told you. Get back to work.
There you are. Did your excursion?
Oh, ancestor. You humble me with your attention.
Life would be so tough here.
Did you see that?
Say the same thing about your breakfast.
Breakfast.
Wisdom and rank of the diviners? No.
Nope,
No, I
nope, nope,
believe in
nope,
the
nope,
wisdom
nope,
of
nope,
breakfast.
nope.
Your shoulder doing all right? So once all said and done, you think we might return here?
Alright, do they have any spot that I can buy stuff at? Maybe at these question mark spots?
So, they're taking our supplies again?
You're thinking of conquest? You do remember how
Of course it's in there.
during the voyage, right?
I believe in the expedition. So tough here. Well, you've started people talking. They're saying you are criticizing our leaders.
So many of our people have died in these strange lands.
It honors your family to give your life.
Oh!
What was that?
How dare you? This isn't what I was hoping it was gonna be.
Destiny cannot be purchased, but your path to it can be eased. That's a question for the diviners, not me.
Once all said and done, you think we might return here?
Alright, maybe this one.
Why? Keep an eye on her.
No, this is food.
A stomach line is a muscle
Great.
strengthened.
You don't get the weapon guy until later? Wonderful. That's exactly what I wanted to hear.
So, it's true. A living ancestor.
It's fine. We'll be alright, I'm pretty sure. We have these. And these. And these. I'll be fine.
Hail, ancestor.
Try a shredder. This is no time They have terror ammo. A thunder job probably isn't a good time to be trying new things. I think I'll be okay. Whoa, 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 whoa.
A barbarian! Run, stranger! There's
The
a killer
machine will
machine
kill
about!
you!
Where's he at? I still don't see him.
There you are. I guess we're doing this.
Oh, this is not what I wanted. Nope, no sir. Jeez, man.
I'm not giving up.
Run, freaking run, Aloy! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, stand up. Run! She's just like trotting around, doing nothing. Like, I swear when I got hit, she was looking at the ground.
There you are. I guess we're doing this.
Hang on a second. It's a thunder jaw though. Did I miss? You suck. Ouch, she got me through the wall. Gosh dang it. cheating, I know. This tree is the sturdiest of trees. Uh-oh. It's a little too far now. Oh! That's what I was worried about. I think I missed again. Got him that time. This is the like normal sound that I expect for a Thunderjaw. Like that should be the typical sound of these things going down. Just like grinding metal. And this is only the beginning of the quest line. I don't mind these big epic machine fights. This one didn't feel unfair. I mean, it helped that I had this, like, stupid little spot to hide in, but...
Hail Machine Hunter! Speak with us!
If I had my freaking ammo, I would have been alright, but... I mean, I could have went back to, grind for it, but it would have been a boring segment.
Stranger! Over here!
There's not more stuff around?
Your CEO sent me. I need to speak to Alva.
By all means, then. Open the gates! Come on over, you.
You?
Word.
And you. I'm out of spikes now too? Oh yeah, I sure am. Well, that sucks. I'm collecting crap. I mean, I'm looking for crap to collect. I mean, this is just going to stash, but... I was hoping for a few more boxes. Ah, as the sun shines over the Thunderjaw's carcass.
Stranger! Over here!
Aloy! Over here!
You ready for guard duty?
Olga.
What was that look?
I'm glad you're
Did you see
okay.
that? She had a
You
moment
got
of,
rid of that machine. But what are you doing here?
There's something inside Thebes that I need. I went to landfall. I met your CO. We came to an agreement, kind of.
And you're going to help us get in?
I guess so. The whole thing was a little tense. There was something off about that guy. And I don't understand what he wants from Thebes. I thought we found the data that your people needed back on the mainland.
That data will take us years to sift through. The CO wants faster results. Aloy, you have to be careful. He's...
There they are. The legacy tells us that Elizabeth Sobek helped the ancestors cast aside all obstacles. And so it has been today.
You have been true to your word. I'm pleased. Thebes awaits us below. Shall we?
with any luck, he won't make it out alive.
Quite an excavation.
Much of this was flooded. We had to pump a great deal of water out.
I have expected this guy to be in like sandals or barefoot. He seems like that kind of guy. My feet are too holy for shoes.
Behold, the door to Thebes.
No way Elizabeth would be able to open that door.
No other.
Well, you're right about that. It's designed to open for only one man. Ted Faro.
But the legacy tells us that he worked closely with Sobek. He trusted her. Surely she could open the door, and so surely can you.
Not gonna happen. At least not from this side.
You said she was a living ancestor with Sobek's eternal essence.
If I may, Pharaoh, great as he was, did not build his palace alone. We know this from scraps of data we found, the ones that pointed to this location. And we found evidence of passages below. Maybe they were built to aid construction. Or for servants. We can't reach them. The way is flooded and they're too far underwater, but...
Yeah. I can reach them. There might be another way in down there.
You see? With Sobek, there is always a way.
Then do what you must to get us inside.
He does look like him. That's... I thought it was him or the other guy. What was his name? Tate? I don't know. He kind of looks like that guy too. Travis, yeah, Travis.
That door
is all that stands between me and destiny.
This water's warm.
Indeed,
It's almost like a hot spring.
That's not a good sign.
Look at that thing. It's huge.
What am I looking at?
It goes all the way down to the bottom. There's a rupture up there. Maybe a way in. Yeah, this could get me inside.
You're surprised? Oh, I didn't try to swim to the bottom.
Okay, looks like this tunnel leads deeper into the structure.
I feel like that would try to suck me in. Oh, there we go. There we go.
There's gotta be a way to stop that turbine around here somewhere.
I'm doing the thing I'm supposed to do and I didn't even know it.
Stop the turbine. Good.
Oh. Then it starts up and chops her into tiny pieces.
Okay, I'm inside, but how do I let the Quen in?
Why would you?
It looks like an exercise room.
Here I am again, hiding in the gym, writing to stay sane in this crazy place. I can't believe Grigori's dead. Our so-called spiritual leader was fine yesterday, and then suddenly passed away in his sleep, and no one will talk to me about it. They treat me like a child, whispering behind my back, as if I can't cope with death, even after the end of the world.
So Ted had other people in here with him, including a teenage girl.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me at all. That's probably all he had down here. I mean, we've already proven that it's possible for Ted Faro to still be alive.
The living area. It's pretty big, too.
There's nothing normal about a scientist, his daughter, a guru, and well, let's face it, a harem living through the end times in a trillionaire's underground survival bunker. But now that Grigori's gone, I'm worried things will get even weirder. He helped keep Ted stable for a couple of years, sort of. Without him, who knows? And we don't even understand what happened to him.
The girl's right. Nothing normal about Ted.
Nice. Couple gold bars. We'll just throw that in my backpack. It's fine. That won't weigh me down at all. Oop, I wasn't holding it. Luckily, that thing had some berries.
I know everyone's after Grigori's untimely demise, he was a deeply spiritual man who wasn't afraid to rip back the curtain and gaze where few men dare. I've asked Dr. Sumtow to, check on what happened to him. I'm sure he had some kind of condition or something. The main point is that while we certainly miss him, we will go on. Everything's gonna be okay.
Yeah, something tells me it didn't turn out that way.
This must have been like a fountain. Or like, oh no, I was gonna say like a pool, but this looks like seating.
Let's hope this is the way to the main door, so I can let the Quinn in.
Why would you let them in without exploring first? For all you know, they want what you are trying to get. Makes no sense to me. I see. I've circled back around now.
Look at this place. It's pretty fancy for a survival bunker. There, the door. Let's hope I can open it from the inside.
Yeah, but why would you? Aloy, please, use your brain. Oh, that's not a good sign. Yeah, this is not a good sign. A fight's about to go down in here.
Most of Ted's women repulse me, okay? They're like contestants on a housewife sim preening for the hubby's attention. But Brianna, the hollow singer, she's different. She's always been nice to me. And I love her voice, which has been conspicuously silent since Grigori died. She doesn't speculate or gossip like the others. She knows something. I can tell. And I'm gonna find out what it is.
Have a feeling it's not good.
Ah, good. An emergency exit function.
Aloy, don't be stupid, please.
The door is open. Destiny is upon us. I knew you could do it.
What's going on?
The CO is preparing to enter Thebes.
I have expected him to come out naked.
Oh, why are you dressed like Ted Faro?
I am Pharaoh, renewed. My essence is the same as his. Across the years, across the generations, his soul is my soul. His will is my will. We are sundered in only one way. I need his final testament, his deepest secrets. And now that the door is open, those secrets are within my grasp. When I have them, I will be complete, as he was. I will have everything I need to save our homeland, and, as Pharaoh did, the world.
Okay. I think there's some confusion here about who Pharaoh really was.
No one knows better than I who he was, who he is. Me. The Renewer, greatest of the ancestors, the man who saved the world. And you. You understand, Sobek. You are her, Pharaoh's harbinger, his assistant. Come, we will descend into Thebes together, as it should be.
Aloy, just sink an
Bring her
arrow
the
into
raiment.
his neck, please.
Raymond?
As he is Pharaoh, you are Sobek. For an occasion this momentous, shouldn't you wear proper business attire?
No.
Whoa. No. No, I am not wearing that. No way.
You will wear the proper attire to mark this moment.
Or what?
It is said Sobek valued life above all else. Is this true?
Fine. I'll wear your raiment.
Ah, it conveniently has no pants. She's so, like, casual. Why does she still have her arrows? Just in case.
Proceed?
Ah, now she's ready to lounge on the couch and watch Desperate Housewives.
Look at this place. The grandeur.
Pharaoh's domain. Simply breathtaking.
Excellent. Somewhere in here, Pharaoh left his secrets. Let's go find them.
Your Magnificence, perhaps we should leave guards behind to cover our exits?
Indeed. Let it be done.
To think, all this, preserved for the ages.
As destiny intended for me.
This can't be good. Aloy's gonna do something.
Pharaoh's visage, a monument to greatness.
Oh my gosh.
It's a monument to something, I'll give you that.
You know what would be great in this room? A big statue of me. Not just any statue, a 50-foot statue. Okay, I mean, you're the one paying us $14 billion to build the statue of
Emperor
you.
will heap rewards upon you for this, my CO.
Great risks bring great bounties, Overseer.
See now, if it was me, I would have this thing, like, designed to then emerge out of the earth after, like, how many thousands of years, just to have, like, a monument to myself in the end of times. Like, if you're that obsessed with yourself, why have it buried? Why not have it, like, just emerge out of the ground?
I think this way might lead down.
Excellent.
Why can't we just jump?
Remember every detail of his, Bohai, for posterity.
It will be its own chapter in your legacy, my lord. Quite a palace Pharaoh built for himself.
No less than he
I wonder
deserved.
if Pharaoh had a foot bath in here. I've always wanted one of those.
There will be no further discussion of your feet, Bohai.
Ah, yes. The gold. It's like he still had money left over, so he's like, you know what? Let's buy 40 tons of gold and we'll mount it on the wall. And then we'll just, like, put lights on it so that we can see it when we're walking through our palace.
Brianna told me that Grigori hacked into restricted files and found out something awful. That Ted murdered important people who worked on Zero Dawn. Did Ted punish Grigori? Kill him for discovering what he did? How could that be?
Why is there a little
Dad
bed?
said there wasn't a mark on
Oh,
Grigori's
it's a
body.
bench.
His heart just gave out.
Find anything interesting?
I can't make sense of it yet.
Who's this? It doesn't really look like him. It's just like a pharaoh.
So hey, this is weird.
I tried to warn you.
Yeah, sort of.
I'll explain everything if we survive long enough.
Oh hey, corruptor.
Those certainly look threatening.
Statues. The guardians of Pharaoh's domain.
Yes, yes, I've put the two together. Pharaoh did like his pyramids.
Those aren't statues. Look out!
Get the CO out of here!
Guess it's just us then.
Was she gonna fight with her fists?
No choice.
Good hit!
There! The machine's weak spot!
Can we not? Do not kill me right now.
Oh, it got you!
Yeah, well, you made me wear this stupid clothes.
No.
Man, these things are a pain.
All right then, machine!
Don't let it hit you. The diviner is down.
Still in his foot.
A poor showing for the diviner.
Oh my gosh!
Help! Please!
Help the diviner.
Alright, come on, don't die.
You got him. Good hit.
We kill him? Yeah, alright, we got one down.
I'll do my best!
A hit! Good! Oh.
Alright. Again, I think all machines should die like that.
Thanks.
Where's Overseer Bohai?
He has decided to return to the surface. A wise choice. We can't afford to lose any more diviners than necessary. So, no more delays. We must proceed.
Oh, no.
Brianna didn't wake up this morning. She's gone. Just like Grigori. I'm looking up at the giant, hideous statue of Ted in the Great Hall. At his eyes. And I know now that he's watching me. He's watching us all. He's always had power over us. I just never knew how much.
Did you discover some data?
Fragment.
Yes.
The
that
testament
looks like
to
the way.
Ted's power.
When I built this place, when its special systems were designed, I knew what I wanted. Protection, of course. An unlimited
Obviously.
power source, that was a given. But also... control. Over every possible eventuality. After all, you never know what'll happen, especially when the human element is involved.
What did you find?
Trust me. You don't want to know.
I guess I don't.
See, like, all of these should have been, like, data points, too. To give some sort of
Ever
understanding
deeper
to
we
what
go.
stuff is. It's just pretty. That's all.
What is that? A reclining throne, attached to some kind of apparatus. I wonder what it does.
Yeah, I
An
wouldn't sit in
impressive
there.
setup. What is it for?
I'm sorry, Co. I don't know. My focus can't read the data here.
What about the living ancestor? Is the data lost to her?
Yes, unfortunately, I'm unable to know what things are here. Maybe we should just go home.
Scan the device, if you will.
Nah. I am busy getting my treasure. What are you guys doing? You don't even know where this door leads. Why are you standing here, like, guarding it?
Please, scan the device.
You did this for him? You put, like, off switches in everyone's heads?
Kenya, you mustn't judge me. I had no choice. If I said no, what would he do to us? What would he do to you? You're my little girl. I was trying to keep you alive.
For what, Dad? Seriously, why? So we can be trapped in this underground nightmare? You know what we have to do. Please.
Did you find a recording, Aloy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that don't
I'll share
sound
it with you
good.
later.
So Ted just has a button where he's like, yep,
Tell
okay,
me
you're
what
done.
your focus reveals about the device.
I mean, I guess if you're gonna go out, that's a pretty easy way to go out. You don't know it, it's just you're gone, you're done.
Made a minor adjustment to the gene therapy regimen and added a new cocktail to treat the symptoms caused by the mutations. Hopefully, there will be some stabilization after the next treatment. God knows what Ted will do to us if there isn't. The early results were so promising. No signs of aging, no cellular degeneration, but now... Oh, if only I had access to my old lab in Bangkok, or my old colleagues, or my old liquor cabinet. Stop it. Got to stay positive. For Kenya.
So they were trying to get him to live forever. I get that.
You saw something. I could tell.
Or
Did
he
the
was trying to
data
get himself to
explain
live
what Faro
forever.
used this device for?
I think he was undergoing treatments to live longer. A lot longer.
Really? Could he still be alive?
Don't be foolish. If he were alive, he would have kept his essence. It would not have been passed down to me.
Obviously.
Remember, he was the renewer. Of course, he would have stopped at nothing to grasp the secrets of life and death. But not for himself. Everything he did was for a new beginning. For us, for the Quen. And for his true heir, me.
Me.
You know, I'm starting to think you're right. You do have a lot in common with Ted Faro.
I knew you would see, in time. Let us continue. His secrets await.
So I don't understand. If they're all, like, scared of him, when he's undergoing treatments, just like, whoops, he died. Like, what's stopping them from doing that? Does he have to punch in a code every day to keep everyone alive? Like, that would be the only way.
Is that a small office? For a minor functionary, perhaps?
she goes down the stairs like, whoa. Sorry, I wanted to watch her do it again. Whoa.
Look at all this equipment. We are getting closer to the heart of this place. I can feel it.
An automated geothermal energy plant right under the city of San Francisco. A marvel. Even I can run it, and let's face it, I was always more of a visionary than an engineer, which is why I had the foresight to insist on the inclusion of a very unique feature. Just in case anyone ever tries to steal my cheese, so to speak.
Oh, that can't be good.
Break the door down.
I feel like
another
that
way.
right there.
Good idea. It's worked before.
That right there is enough to be like, something bad's about to happen.
Pretty well.
Something very bad's about to happen. With this one little data point. Oh yeah. Okay, I'll let you guys obviously have this. Sir, can you sit down?
Hurry! Break it open!
Sit.
Open that door!
Mister.
How long does it take to bash through a door?
Check what my focus sees, maybe.
Yeah, thanks, Aloy. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Ah.
Hurry! Break it open!
Ah, is that a vent of some sort? Not a bad idea. Open that door!
She's gone. Did she make it to the other side?
Well, more healing stuff, which means we're probably gonna have to fight something in here. Hey, I can make some of these now.
A console. Maybe I can access Ted's files from here.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Aloy, can you not do acrobatics over the desks?
There. Omega clearance. Got it.
What do I think I'll fight? Honestly, I have no idea anymore.
What do you have to say for yourself, Ted?
Like, Mech Ted?
Sometimes dead. Along with his kid. Found him on the floor of his office this morning, holding hands. Must have poisoned themselves. I never would have put them to sleep. She was just a girl, for Christ's sake. I offered them life. And this is how they repaid me. By leaving me all alone. But I guess I've been alone since this whole thing began. Alone in bearing the burden. For the past. For the future.
Same old Ted. No matter who dies, he's the one feeling sorry for himself.
Liz's future. Liz's children. Someday they'll come. And I'll be here to greet them. Sometimes said my aging has stopped altogether. If anything, my cells are replenishing faster than normal. I just need some time for the mutations to calm down. Time. And energy. Sometimes said the reactor can give me what I need. To grow strong again. To get my shit back together. So I can greet the kids. They're gonna need me. My advice.
Ah, he was trying to live long enough to be able to greet the people coming out of the cradles.
Faro's secrets. Are they here?
Not the ones you're looking for.
Then they must be in there.
Trust me. You don't want to go in there.
Are you mad? I haven't come all this way to stop now. At last, Faro's legacy is mine.
Hi, Riley. That don't sound good.
Is that?
It's him.
Oh no. He's a zombie.
burn it to ash.
Wait, no. Faro has it rigged to melt down if...
Kill them too. No witnesses.
No! Oh my gosh! Can you not?
They need help!
Not what I wanted.
Now put her down!
I need help!
Faro rigged the reactor to overflow if he dies. We have to run.
Hang on a minute. Just one moment. I wanted to see him. Oh, it's getting hot in here.
Keep moving, okay?
I can hit them from range.
Got her in my sight!
Are you alright?
You're not getting away!
The whole place is shaking! Run! We'll overcome them! I hope!
Oh. I'm like standing around just hanging out. Whew. Spicy in here. Oh, not that way.
More soldiers up ahead.
It's the Outlander Aloy! Hit her from range!
I'll take her down! For the glory of the clan! We do what we must.
Oh, going the wrong way. I don't really have to fight anything, I just need to leave.
Hurry, sire!
Come on!
Out of my way!
Oh no! Ouch! It's like a, it's like an 8th degree burn.
Oh! 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 No!
Ah, they're kissing. Alright, well. How are we gonna get over there? Not gonna go that way. Okay, we're not going that way. Ah, here we go. It's a little spicy in here. Oh, here we go. Oh no! Oh no! She's fine. She's fine. She's wearing very flame-resistant clothing.
Soldiers, above us!
We're under attack! I'm armed! Oh! Help them!
Wasn't what I meant to do, but it works. Hey, he's got something I want. Nah.
Relief.
Do not kill me. Kill him. Do it. Freaking do it.
Come on, we're almost there.
Oh, I'll stay here. That looks a little iffy to me.
Okay, no, that's fine. You can stay here. It's probably fine. You can just wait, and I'll come back and get you when the place is done melting.
We're close now. Come on.
Guess I can't have that one.
Are you okay?
What happened?
We found something that will help. Not just your homeland, but everywhere.
But where's the CO?
He's gone. I guess you could say he gave his life to help us attain the secrets of Thebes.
Yes. You could say that.
I see. You must think I'm eminently stupid.
What? No. No.
The CO was an entitled egotist who twisted our beliefs into a sickening, self-serving fantasy. And you expect me to believe he sacrificed himself for scraps of data? It's time for the truth, and it better be convincing. Otherwise, I'll simply order these soldiers to open fire.
Hold on. You're right. To be honest, the CO screwed everything up. He brought Thebes down around our ears and died like a gutless coward. But we really did find something down there that will help your homeland. If I can take it and use it. Now, if I have to, I will fight my way out of here, but it doesn't have to be that way. You can just let me go. And then take credit when things start to improve.
Success certainly does sound better than failure. It seems then that our destinies are intertwined. Landfall is open to you. If it will help your cause, you may come and go as you please. But Alva must join you and report back on your efforts.
Okay. I mean, I guess if she wants to come to the base and hang out with the rest of the
Thebes is
bums.
of no further value to us. Obviously, we're going back to the flotilla. Alva, I expect your reports to be thorough.
Oh, I thought he was going to have us killed. Oh, and instead, I get to join you.
Glad to have you. But you're going to need a little help to reach our base. Varl, I made a new friend. I need you to meet her at the Quen Ferry and escort her back.
On it. Can't wait to meet her.
Trust me, you'll love it there. Varl will give you a better focus, and all the data you could ever want. Head to the ferry. I'll join you back east as soon as I can.
A diviner must follow the truth, wherever it leads. I'll see you there.
Yeah, a little disappointing we couldn't fight him. That would have been so much cooler.
Now that I have Omega clearance, we should have what we need to capture Hephaestus.
The only
Before
thing I
head
could
to the
think
ferry,
of is
maybe I
that would
should
have
stop by
messed up
landfall.
their rating. Their
With the CO gone, maybe more Quen will be willing to talk. And there's still that tall mech nearby. I gotta change out of these clothes. I can't believe the CO made me play dress up.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is that they didn't want to screw up their, like, teen rating or whatever they have for it to end up being like a zombie game, so they couldn't show them, but it would have been really cool. Definitely missed opportunity. So there's like not much. It could have been a mech, yeah, for sure, for sure. But we have made it here now. It's pretty cool. Lackluster for such a big character. Yes, I agree. And again, they had this golden opportunity to have him still be alive with however the Parzeniths are doing it. Oh crap. Oh, these are berries. That's cool. So I understand that the place was set to melt down if he died. I get that. What I don't really understand is, did he like tell everyone that when they entered? Like, you know what I mean? Like, he has to hold that above their head in some way. Really? Oh look, it's an air conditioner. Can we please?
Finally up and about.
Man, that's fast. Crazy.
Snow falling. Well, only a matter of time.
Alright, I'm still wearing garbage clothes. Though I kind of like the outfit. Maybe we can dye it a different color and it'll be more fun. Ooh.
Place looks nice with some green in it.
And dirt. Don't forget all that dirt we had to bring in.
If we're going to go around trying to protect life, we should have more of it around.
I think it looks nice.
Where'd Catalo go?
He's off doing his mission without me.
I am so lost.
Aloy!
Right to work, I see.
She's so
There's
excited.
So much! I mean, we knew of artificial beings that served the ancestors, but Gaia? Oh, she's amazing! And you, a true reincarnation of an ancestor. Genetically speaking, of course, not like the, late CO. And there's more ancestors out there. Returned from beyond the stars. Of course, they're trying to kill us, which is not great. And Eric Visser is with them, which is disturbing. And then there's Hephaestus, and...
Okay. How about we take it one step at a time?
You're right. I also owe you an explanation for everything that happened at Landfall.
You mentioned Eric Visser? How do you know about him?
The Zenith who tried to kill you? He is known to the Quen as the Protector. Combing through data related to his work led us to breakthroughs related to weapons and military tactics. Knowledge our rulers used to conquer and expand, to become the empire we are today. That's why he's one of our most revered ancestors. But based on your encounter with him, it appears he's even more ruthless than we ever imagined. Yet another distorted interpretation in the legacy.
Well, at least you're piecing together the truth.
If only the overseers back home would do the same.
Beta mentioned other Zeniths. Tilda, Verbena, and Gerard.
I'm afraid I don't know anything about them. Whatever legacy they left behind, the Diviners haven't recovered.
Back at the greenhouse, you spoke
Kick back
of
for some
knowledge forbidden
dialogue.
to your people.
Diviners are meant to seek out the truth in the legacy. And many Imperials sponsor them in the hopes they'll find something the Empire
She is
can put to
adorable, yeah.
use,
She's
thus
so
gaining favor
excited.
with the Emperor. but the Board of Overseers claims certain truths are detrimental to the stability of the Empire. Like discovering one of our revered ancestors ended the world. That is why diviners are only allowed to access segments of the legacy. Only Overseers can view it all. It ensures that any heretical data can be contained and retrieved before it can spread.
What happens to diviners who break the rules?
I never had the courage to ask.
You said you owed me an explanation for what happened in Thebes. I'm listening.
Right. I'll start at the beginning with the CO. He was an Imperial, the Emperor's nephew, in fact. As such, he sponsored many diviners to search the legacy for anything that might help the tribe, and himself. He took a special interest in anything related to Ted Faro, whom we consider the greatest of the ancestors.
Ted Faro, revered ancestor. That's tough to take.
I know better now, of course. Anyway, the diviners discovered that Faro spent a great deal of time in San Francisco. In fact, many of the most important ancestors did. So the Emperor's nephew convinced him that an expedition across the ocean might solve our most pressing problems. If only we could find the right data in this fabled city. Perhaps we could roll back the floods and storms that threatened our people. The Emperor declared that all the tribe's resources be poured into this endeavor. Dozens of ships were built, scouting missions were dispatched, and the Emperor's nephew was named CO, one who wields the legacy for the good of the Empire. The living embodiment of Ted Faro, a renewer. It may seem strange now, but for a time, he carried all of our hopes. We really believed he would save us. We had no idea just how perilous the journey would be.
You said the expedition across the sea was more dangerous than you thought it would be. What happened?
We lost most of our ships to hurricanes, and scores of soldiers perished to hunger and disease. And that was before we even hit the coast. Once we landed, machines ripped our patrols apart, and we struggled to replenish our rations. There were bright spots, to be sure. We found Thebes and the greenhouse, but nothing improved the CO's mood as his dreams of saving the tribe were slowly dashed. He became more and more obsessed with Thebes and what lay behind its door, and more convinced that the title of CO was no mere honorific. You heard him, spouting nonsense about Pharaoh's essence and some kind of becoming. We knew these weren't the words of a sane man, but he was quick to put any who spoke out in front of a firing squad.
What a great guy.
The Quen are wrong about many things when it comes to the legacy. I can see that now. But what the CO became was a complete perversion of what principled diviners stand for. The pursuit of truth. I'm sorry you had to endure his madness. I'm just glad it's over. For everyone.
So, Bohai, your overseer. Will he run things better than CO?
He won't execute people on a whim, if that's what you mean. But he's hardly a paragon of integrity. I can't tell you how many times he took credit for data in the legacy that I uncovered. The best thing I can say about him is that he can be trusted to always do what's best for him.
Yep, sounds about right. The ancestors, is that what your people call the old ones?
Yes and no. The ancestors are the greatest of the old ones. Those whose legacy taught us agriculture, medicine, warfare, leadership, and patronage of the science and arts.
The CO called Elizabeth Sobek an assistant. What's that about?
Right. Well, any old one who has made minor contributions or worked extensively under one of the ancestors is called an assistant. That's how we thought of Sobek, until we met you. Our limited access to data past the late 2040s has obviously misinformed our view of the past.
You mentioned the reason you came here was to help your family. Your sister...
Her name is Alika. Our parents are commoners. Peasants, really. When I passed the divination exams, they were so proud. It brought honor to our family and increased rations. Only Alika begged me not to leave for the research academy.
Why? What happens there?
Alika knew that once you enter, you're not allowed to leave or see anyone, not even your family. Unless you can get special permission and an escort by an overseer.
That sounds harsh.
Like the focuses we keep, diviners are few in number, and the Empire is, well, fearful that outsiders will try to steal our knowledge. Last time I was allowed to see my family was just before our voyage here. Because of my position, I was able to get them refuge from the floods within the capital. But if our crops don't recover soon, they'll starve to death along with everyone else.
I promise I'll do my best to make sure it doesn't come to that.
Okay.
I see you've been using your new focus.
It's been fascinating. So much better than the version the Quen have. What would have taken me years to sort through, like the database you helped me recover, with this, I've been able to establish search parameters to speed up the process. This could revolutionize how diviners analyze the legacy. That is, whatever part of it the overseers would actually let us study.
You wanted data, you'll find lots of it here.
A diviner has never had this sort of unsupervised access to archives such as this. And knowing you, I suspect there is much that would normally be forbidden held within them. But I was sent here to help you. I would be remiss to ignore any truth laid before me. Maybe it'll help the Quen find their way back to the path of truth.
I imagine you don't know anyone here that well yet, but they're a good group.
It's funny because one of your friends is, well, another you. Not that you are the same person at all. I mean, you are, as in, you're both genetically Elizabeth Sobek, but even so, you're different.
Yeah, we are. I hope everyone's been treating you okay.
Oh, yeah, of course. They've all been extremely welcoming. And they share the knowledge they learn on their focuses with each other freely. It's refreshing. Back home, diviners can only share data with the permission from the overseers.
Sounds restrictive and stifling.
Yeah, you are not wrong.
I love how excited she is.
I need to get going, but if you need anything...
All I need is to help you succeed in your mission. The plan Gaia told me about, to capture Hephaestus, it will help set things right.
I hope so.
Then I will do whatever I can. I promise.
Very, very nice. Hey, I can upgrade something. Ooh. What does this need? Roller back. Yuck. Can I upgrade? Oh yeah, I sure can. That's funny. Wonder if I can color it too. That would be fun. Can I get this in purple, please? You can? That's nice. Wonderful.
Old ones put blades on their feet and
danced on ice.
that doesn't sound safe.
Does sound fun, though.
some of the things that they have knowledge about, where are they getting some of that? Like, I know that it's all stuff that Aloy's been able to find, but I don't know. All right, I think we are going to end it here for today. Guys, thank you all so much for hanging out and watching this part for Horizon Forbidden West.
It seems quieter when it snows.
Next time we play will definitely be on Thursday. We'll see what tomorrow holds, but definitely on Thursday. If you want to be notified for sure, obviously you can follow me on Twitch. Or I have a Discord as well. You can check us out over on Discord. It's on like all of our videos, so just you can look up one of our YouTube videos or find our website ZapNight.com, where you can see all of our other podcast information and subscribe to all of our other stuff from there. So yeah, guys, thanks again for hanging out and watching, and we'll see you next time.